There we go. Awesome. See if that works. Anyhow, so yes, like I was saying, if you guys need masks, these are cotton masks made from, go to her Instagram at Tantra444, and how she makes them is basically all cotton. So what she did was she got these straps right here are from the, I guess, the elastic from the bikinis, which is really nice. So it kind of snugs really pretty good. Not so tight where your ears going like that though, but it snugs pretty good. And she has a little slot here, and this little slot is basically to put your filter inside. She sells them for $10, and she has all kinds of patterns. This one's my little multi-purpose or multicolored kitty cats, because I love kitty cats. I also have another one which is leopard, because I love leopards. And she has like different ones too though. Anyhow, what we're going to do today is I'm going to teach you guys how to tan arms. A lot of people say that arms are like so hard, where for me, arms are the easiest thing ever. The way I do it is very fail-proof, so I'm not wasting a lot of solution, and I'm doing it just right so the arm is, nice and tan. I can't, guys, if you're on my Facebook peeps, if you guys are on here, I cannot see you guys. Let's see, I cannot see you guys. Your camera, microphone are being shared. Oh, hold up that. Use camera. Yes, yes, yes. Send notifications. Yes, okay. So, my Facebook peeps, I cannot see you. Ah, there's my Facebook peeps. Now I can see you guys. All right, guys. So now what I'm here to do in the little short little video here, arms is, according to a lot of spray tan artists, they have a very hard time tanning arms. There's different ways to tan arms. I'm going to show you how I tan arms, and the way I tan arms is fail-proof. Never had a single issue with any of my clients saying that something went wrong with their tan on their arms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Paradise Brick Martini, because the bronzers are darker on that one, so that way I can show you guys. The gun I use is my Maximist Evolution TNT. I call this one the Beast, and a lot of my clients do. I actually do have the Maximist, what is it called? Maximist Light Pro. Well, I have a Maximist metal gun. Honestly, I personally prefer the plastic gun over the metal gun because of the way it sprays and how much solution that I use. I use a lot less than the metal gun. All right, so arms. So when I have a client, when I'm tanning a client, I have them facing me. So me and the client, we're face to face. And I have them standing like this first. So I have my clients not standing like this. I have them standing like this, okay? And not like this, because some clients would be like, oh, okay, let me stand like this. No, I have them standing like this. I'm gonna show you how to tan that way. Now, if you guys can hear me, I'll speak up a little louder. When tanning your arms, basically what you're doing here is you're tanning the inside of the arm, because the way the arm is facing you, you're kind of tanning the inside of the arm. So with that, you don't want to tan too dark, because one, the inner part of the arm doesn't tan as dark, where the outer part does. So this is how I tan the inner part of my arm. And I only do one coat. So I'll start from the wrist right there, and I'll go on down. So right there. Okay, I have a t-shirt on, so I'm not going to go all the way down, but you get the point. So that's how I tan. I tan one coat all the way down. Now, when I get to the armpit part, I feather out. Basically, I aim. So basically, I aim. Okay, that one got a little too much there. Yes, kids, don't do too much. Paradise Martini dries pretty quick, so it's like I'm okay with getting the napkin and taking it off because there's a little too much right there. But right here, you want to aim for right here. Okay, well, I'm gonna let you in on something. This little part right here, don't mind that. That was from a previous tan. What I did was I got my tanning serum, the Touch of Beauty. Sometimes I put it in my lotion, rub it in, put it on my face. But this past time, I went ahead and just put the drops in my hand directly, rubbed them, and put them on my face. I did wash my hands with soap and water. Apparently, I missed a spot, and that is the spot I missed right there. Oops. So, going back to arms. Now, when you go to arms, you want to aim for right there. Not so me, I can go pretty close, but I barely press on the trigger. I barely pull back on the trigger, so I'm getting the perfect amount of spray that I need. But normally, when I'm spraying the whole body, I get back maybe like that. But you want to aim for the wrist and right there, and you want to go down. So if your client's arm like this, you want to go down and you want to feather out. So not when you're feathering out, like about right here, you're taking your finger off the trigger when you feather out because you really don't want to spray the armpits. You don't want, that's an area you don't want super dark, which I see a lot of spray tan artists figuring out, okay, why does my client have super dark armpits? All depends how you spray them. So, like I said, so when I tan this arm, feather out, I only do it once, and then I'll do the other arm. Start from right there, spray down, feather out. After I'm done tanning that part of the arms, inner part, I dry them. I don't leave my clients sticky. They do not feel wet after I'm done tanning because I'm drying them. Now, after I dry that part of the arm, then I have my client like this. So when your client has their arms down, you don't want them to go like this. And the reason why you don't want to have their arms down like this is because, one, skin on skin contact. Let's say, after you're done tanning arms and everything, and let's say you're tanning the back, and when your client's back is facing you, their arms are like this, what's going to happen is there's going to be skin on skin contact, and there's going to be a brown blotch right there, which if that ever happens, what you can do is, I don't have a hair right now, but if that ever happens, get a little kitchen sponge. What the kitchen sponge does is just get a little tiny kitchen sponge. I usually get them at Walmart or Target, or actually Home Depot, because now I find Home Depot, they're less expensive. Cut them up, put them under some water, squeeze them, and then put them in a Ziploc bag. Those sponges stay damp until you use the last one. Now, with the kitchen sponge, when you get little blotches right here, you can go ahead and get that kitchen sponge, and you can go ahead and just buff it just a little bit. That will actually blend it out, and it'll look like it never happened. Let's see. Angela says, I feather in at the wrist. Feather in at the wrist, out at the elbow above, and feather out at the underarm. I do that too, Angela. Sometimes I'll feather out, like if I'm tanning right there, I'll start right there, and I'll just and feather out right here. If I'm going up, I usually don't go up, because I do one coat on the inner part of the arm. But like if my hands are down, and I'm tanning the back part, then I'll go ahead and feather out once I reach that wrist part. And it works pretty darn good. I mean, like I said, normally I don't have an issue with the inside of the wrists being too tan or what have you, but like I say, this is my fault because I applied a touch of beauty on my face. Face is tan though. Anyhow, so when your client, after you're done having the arms like this, have your client have their arms down like this. Not like this, just out like that. And so when their arms are down like that, then you go ahead and tan. You could start from right here and work on down. So you start from right here and work on down. I'll do it for you. But I'm not going to tan my t-shirt, of course. So pretend you're doing right here. And you go right here. And you feather out at the wrist. Oh. All right. Issues. Oh, shoot. Well, look at that. Got me a tan line. Of course, I sprayed too much. And I found out why I sprayed too much. It's because my Maximus, I mean, like I say, the Maximus Evolution TNT, the thing is a beast. I have my power on a little too high. Put on low. There we go. Let's do that again. So, arms, start right here. Or actually, you start right here, where the neck part is. And then you go down. Of course, I'm not going to spray this because I'm a t-shirt. And you go down. And then you dry. Well, I might as well tan my other arm, too. I'm drying. Okay? Then you do the other arm. Start right here. Start right there. And go down. Let me get this way. Yeah. Now, with the outer arm, you could do 2 coats. I just did 1 coat only. I'm going to do 2 coats, but I'm not tanning on top of the hand. I'm tanning right here, the wrist part. There's my 2 coats right there. So there's my 2 coats right there. I don't think I went down on this one. No, actually I did. I did go down, so I did 2 coats on that one, making sure here. So normally on the outer part of the arm, you could do 2 coats. So I went down 1, I feathered out right there on the wrist, and then I went back up. That's 2 coats right there. Now, I normally don't tan hands directly. The reason being is because when your client is standing like this and you're spraying their arms, the overspray falls automatically, giving them a very nice touch. The only time, and the same thing that goes for the feet as well. Now, the only time I would go ahead and tan the feet or arms, or I'm sorry, the hands, is if I'm done tanning my client and I see that their feet have I see a contrast on their feet or their hands, I'm going to go ahead and give them a quick swipe. The quick swipe would be like this. Quick swipe, just like that. And dry. 1 time. Don't need to do it twice. And I'm going to do the other one now. 1 time. That's it. 1 time. I'm drying, by the way. So there you go with the tanning of the outer part of the arms. And you can see, looks very nice. Blends in very nicely. Blends in very nicely. It's not too dark on the hands. But one thing I usually do too, that I didn't do here, I have my clients, if I'm going to tan their hands, I'm going to have my clients make a claw part. And the reason being is because when they do that, it stretches out their skin on their knuckles to go ahead and fill in any little creases. Now, if they have a lot of creases, go ahead and get a blending brush and just kind of like brush that area just a little bit. Very lightly though, you don't need to brush a lot or hard. Just very, very lightly. And it gives the hands a perfect touch. So now that your client is the front of their arms are tanned, then you would go same thing with their backside. You would have, after you're done tanning your client's all front of their body, then you do whatever your routine is. My routine is usually the 360 technique, which nothing gets missed, everything gets tanned. But when my client is, so let me go to the 316 technique here. So for this part, so the front of the arms are already tan. Now, whatever your routine is, like I said, my routine is after I'm done tanning the front, I have them turn to the side. So when I have them turn to the side, I have their arm out like this. Slightly bend the elbow. I do not have my client like this. And here's the reason why. And when I tanned my new clients, right away when I tell them to go ahead and turn them to the side, my new client will go like this. That's like, nope, wrong way. And it's the wrong way to tan than to have them like this because one, when you're tanning them like this, and then you're tanning all the way down, and you have them like this area is already tanned right here. So when you have them turn to the side and they're doing this, it's going to create a crease. That's why you don't want to have it like this. You want to go ahead and have them have their arm like this, just to the side, and slightly bend their elbow. Reason why you want them to slightly bend their elbow is because it doesn't matter if you have older clients, younger clients, even the younger ones have creases right here. So you want to go ahead and slightly bend the elbow and go ahead and stretch out that crease right there. So tanning that area, there's one of two ways you can do it for this part. When I first started spray tanning back in the days, and where is my napkin at? Hold on. When I started spray tanning back in the days, I would always have my nozzle like this for tanning arms. So you could have your nozzle like this when you tan. Let's see, Instagram here. I gotta put it back. There we go. So you could have your nozzle like this if you're tanning your arms. And of course, you start right here in the rack and you go like that. So when your nozzle is like this, basically what it's doing, it's spraying like this, like a line. When you have it like this, it's spraying like a flat fan, this is the way I prefer. I never change it, but like I said, when I first started, and when I was tanning arms, I would put it like this, and I would spray like that. So the whole arm got sprayed, and then I would go back. So that was one coat and two coats, and then I would dry that area. But now I don't do that, and the reason why I don't do that is because when I did that, I would forget to go ahead and turn my nozzle back this way. So when I did forget to turn my nozzle back this way and I would continue to tan, I'd be drawing lines on people. Did not look nice, of course. So now what I do is I just keep my nozzle like this at all times. And so when I'm tanning arms, I tilt my gun. You don't need to tilt your gun like this. Just tilt it like this, because you don't want the solution to be spilling out. So just tilt it like this. Start from the wrist part. Go one and then two. So that's one coat, two coats. Now you could go one and then one, but I mean the arms aren't usually that long, So I just go like this, one and two. And it works just fine. There's no lines whatsoever when you're tanning your arms guard your client's arms like that. Now, like I said, after I'm done tanning the arms like that, I dry. This is the reason why my clients always say, I want to say 98% of my clients say that they never feel wet or sticky. It's because I'm drying them intermediately. Now, after you're done tanning your client's arm like this, then, of course, whatever your routine is, my routine is usually I just spray straight down and then up, and then I have their arm like this. Of course, not like this, just like this. So now I'm tanning the arm down and up. So they're getting a nice coat. Now, that part of the arm, the side part, is done. Then, of course, I have my client turn so their back is facing me now. Now, so now the arm is, now I probably won't be able to do it. So now the arm is like this, the back of the arm. So when you're doing the back of the arm, now think now, the back of the arm, it's a little on the light side. It's kind of, you got some inner arm going on there. So go ahead and spray down. And you can actually spray up too again. So one coat down, one coat up. And don't forget to dry. Any questions about anything that you guys might have? Any questions you guys have, please feel free to ask. I'd be happy to go ahead and answer. Let me know. So that is how you tan the back of the arm. And of course, after you're tanning the back of your client's back, after you're done doing that, then you have your client turn, have them have the arm like this, and you do the same way. You do the same way. Spray, and then tan the side, and then have the arm down, spray down, and spray up. And of course, what do? We dry. Arms for me is very, very, very simple because that technique that I do, my clients never have an issue. They never see lines. Everything is tanned. I mean, they never had any issues with the fading, too dark or too light. Everything is just one nice even color. Now, like I said, if you guys see a contrast on your client's hands, just give it a quick swipe. That's it. Just a quick little swipe. You don't need to do, me personally, I don't do the X because to me, when you do an X, you're spraying too much. And this I know because a client has told me about that. She said her arms were too dark or her hands were too dark. And I asked the client, okay, why were your hands too dark? And I asked her, did they use barrier cream? And she said, what's that? So I'm like, okay, apparently they didn't put a lotion. I explained to her what it was, but the technician didn't put a lotion on her hands. And then she told me, and then I asked her, okay, how did they spray your hands and feet? And she told me that the technician, now this technician is not part of my team because I don't have all my technicians use barrier cream, including myself, except for last night when I was putting the Touch of Beauty on my hand and doing it on my face. I should have put some barrier cream right there, but I didn't. It's all good though. But this client told me that when the technician was spraying her hand, she did an X. She kind of stood at a distance, but she said a lot of spray went on her hands. That is the reason why I don't spray doing an X, is because of that. Even if I have barrier cream on my client's hands, which I normally do. Every client usually has barrier cream. So I just do quick swipe and their hands are good. Now, applying barrier cream, I only do a little tiny bit, a dime size, It goes a long ways, and believe me, it gives you a nice coverage. Some clients feel like they need more, but I'm the one that's putting the barrier cream in their palm so they can go ahead and apply it on, the areas that they need to. Clients that need more berry cream, I usually tell them, no, that's enough, because a little bit goes a long ways. And then I tell them what happens if I give them more. Then like, oh, okay, let's just do it your way then. And that's why clients don't have issues with their hands and berry cream. So guys, that is how I tan arms. It's very simple. I mean, it's just a few steps. It's a one down, dry. Step 2, 1 down, 1 up, 2 coats. 1 down, 1 up, dry, have a cloud switch. 1, 2, dry, have the arm down, 1 down, 1 up, and dry. And then your client's back sides towards you, and you could do 1. You could do 1 coat, or you could do 2 coats. It all depends on, if it needs a second coat. Normally it doesn't, but it's totally up to you. So 1 down or 1 up, 2, dry, and then do the other one, and then have your client turn to their side. 1 coat, 2 coats, slightly bend the elbow, of course. And of course, dry. And tanning the arms. It's done. Simple steps. If you follow those simple steps, you should have no problem tanning arms. I hear, from what happened in the past, a lot of spray tan artists that have trained with me, they said that they have given up on spray tanning because they couldn't get the arms down, or the way they were trained was very frustrating because it was all because of the arms. Now, I don't know who they were trained by or how the trainer have them do arms, but this is the way I do arms. So now those spray tanners who have given up on spray tanning due to arms after I taught them, they're back in the game again, and now arms is very easy for them. Like I said, if you go by those steps that I showed you, you should have no issues. Any questions about anything, guys? Let me see. Facebook, any questions? Instagram, any questions? I'm here for you guys. I'll go ahead and do another little mini class. I am not sure what topic. Let's say maybe applying bronzers. Maybe we'll go ahead and do I'll do another class on how to apply self-tanning mousse. Some people I hear have an issue they have problems of how to apply self-tanning mousse. So I think that one's on the books right there. If you guys want me to show you marketing, graphics, designs, let me know. Actually, those are on the list too. Working my way. I mean, since we have all this darn downtime, I enjoy teaching you guys, showing you a good, proper way of how to do things, fail-proof ways. All right, guys, so I'm going to get going now. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Also, you can go ahead and DM me as well. This video will be uploaded to my YouTube. If you guys haven't subscribed to my YouTube, please do. It is Spray Tan Academy. Go ahead and type that in the search bar of YouTube, Spray Tan Academy, and it'll show up with my logo on it. And this video will be on there. I'm going to be posting a lot more videos though, so be on the lookout with that. Also, if you guys on Facebook haven't joined the Instagram Spray Tan Academy at Spray Tan Academy, please feel free and do so. Lots of tips on there. I tend to post often more on Instagram stories when I post on Instagram. So All right, guys. Love you all. Have a good rest of the Wednesday. Don't go insane by staying quarantined. Wear your masks if you have to. Absolutely have to go out in public for essentials. Put that mask on. Put a filter in it too. I'm trying to ordered, I think they're called P25 filters to go ahead and stick in there. So I'm waiting for mine to come in. But all right, guys, love you all. Have a good one. Like I said, if you have any questions, I'm here for you guys. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye, Facebook.